Quote of the day. Life isn't always about finding the path. Sometimes it's about dancing barefoot through the grass until the path finds you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. That is the quote of the day. Now let's get right into this video. Now, WWE, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed, man. Forget all that, dude. I'm mad and disappointed. What was this? Jesus. This was bad. What even was this episode? This episode was so cheeks. This episode was 2 hours of nothing, 3 hours of nothing. This was so bad, so boring, so soulless, so pointless, man. So skippable. Oh my God. Not a single match mattered. Dude, this show was so bad. Like, dude, words can't describe how disappointed I am. Dude, throughout this show, I was bored out of my mind, just waiting for the next segment, for the next match, for the next moment, hoping that something entertaining would happen. And it never did. Oh my God, this was bad, dude. This episode, Jesus Christ. And you know, man, I don't even want this video to be too long because there's not even too much to talk about. I don't want to waste your time more than WWE has already wasted your time, you know? So let's just jump right into this. So before we even get into this review, it was announced on social media that due to an injury I think Naomi suffered, or like some personal issues, one or the other, she is unable / not medically clear to defend her championship. So she was supposed to have a match against Io Sky tonight for the women's championship, I guess. I forgot all about that. WWE ended up having to scrap that match. You know, that match can't happen. And there was supposed to be a match at Clash in Paris, Naomi versus Stephanie Velcro, I believe. You know, Stephanie Velcro, you know, between Stephanie Vaquer and Naomi at Clash in Paris. So that match isn't happening either. Anyhow, let's move on. So throughout the show tonight, there was a lot of nothing that happened. And the first moment of a lot of nothing that happened was in the, you know, opening segment. We got an in-ring promo, and it was an in-ring promo between CM Punk, LA Knight, Paul Heyman, and the Braun Browns, you know. And let me tell you, this garbage, this nonsense, this waste of time literally lasted, I kid you not, 20 minutes. This in-ring promo, this opening segment lasted 20 minutes. Dude, and like the worst part is there wasn't even a brawl or anything. There was nothing. It was 20 minutes of straight yapping. These men were talking fluent Japanese. We got a whole lesson in yapology, dude. Oh my God, this was yapology class. This was so bad. I'm telling you, these men were talking fluent Japanese, just wasting our time and yapping about nothing. And this was 20 minutes. My God. I'm like, who asked for this? Get to the point. And they never did. They just kept yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. Jesus Christ. But anyhow, though, let's talk about what was said. Let's just summarize it. So CM Punk is the first one to come out, and he comes out, you know, and he's all mad, and he says, you know, I should be standing here tonight as World Heavyweight Champion. I should be champion right now, you know, but I'm not. And I'm very much angry about that. And to say the least, I have a Seth Rollins problem. And he tells Seth Rollins, Seth, don't even worry about it. When I do see you and when I eventually get the chance to get my hands on you, you won't have to pretend to fake an injury. You will be injured because I am going to break your legs. So you don't have to worry about faking an injury anymore. As soon as I get my hands on you, I promise you I'm breaking your legs. So, and that's what he basically says. That's his threat to Seth Rollins. After this, LA Knight comes out, you know, and LA Knight's talking to CM Punk, and he says, CM Punk, the whole world knows that you were robbed, you know? You absolutely deserve your rematch against Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. But, buddy, get in line. Yeah, because you costed me my opportunity last week. If you want Seth Rollins, do it on your own time. Don't come, you know, interfering in my matches, costing me my opportunities. If you want Seth Rollins, once again, get in line and do it on your own time. You know, as a matter of fact, have some decency to do it when after the bell rings, you know, not during my match, after the match is over. And that's basically what he says to CM Punk, which was pretty funny. He's like, you know, attack him after the match ends, you know, like, dude, come on. Like, honestly, attack him after the match ends, not during the match. But anyhow, though, CM Punk rebuttals and says, LA Knight, you should be thanking me right now. Last week, I saved your life. I saved your career. Seth Rollins was going to stomp your head through concrete. What did you think was going to happen after that? Did you think you were going to win the match after that? Did you think you were going to win the World Heavyweight Championship after that? You should be thanking me, and you're out here complaining. I saved your life. I saved your career. After all that is said and done, the Oracle, Paul Heyman, the gorgeous Oracle, the good-looking Oracle. Paul Heyman just keeps tooting his own horn. But the Oracle, Paul Heyman, he comes out, and Paul Heyman, as of late, he's just been saying a lot of nothing, and tonight was no different. He came out and said a whole lot of nothing. So to just sum it all up, Paul Heyman basically comes out and he warns LA Knight. So he basically tells LA Knight not to trust CM Punk or get into the favor business with CM Punk, because if you do trust CM Punk and you get into a favor business with him, it's going to cost you everything. He's like, it's going to cost you everything: your career, your self-respect, your tribal chief, your best friend. It's going to cost you everything. So don't get into the favor business with CM Punk, I beg you. And CM Punk is like, are you done? Are you going to piss yourself too out there? Come on, get a grasp, man. And I was like, honestly, what's Paul Heyman even doing? And after that, this whole segment somehow leads to our main event tonight. And it was announced that in our main event, we were going to get the Bronze versus CM Punk and LA Knight. Yeah, and that's your main event. After this, we got our first match of the night, and it was AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. There's like 3 different El Grande Americanos, so I don't know. We got one of them tonight. I know it's the Kaiser version at least. But anyhow, this first match, it was really fun, if I'm being honest. It had a lot of entertaining sequences, spots, and even entertaining moments. For the most part, it was really fun to watch. Both teams looked really good, and both teams were entertaining. But anyways, in the end of the match, due to shenanigans from El Grande Americano and Dirty Dominic Mysterio ended up putting a lucha mask on. He put a metal plate in it while the ref wasn't looking, and he headbutted AJ Styles, how El Grande Americano usually does. And that's why AJ Styles and Dragon Lee ended up losing, and that was the match. So Dragon Lee and AJ Styles lost due to shenanigans once again from El Grande Americano and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. After this, we got our second match of the night, and it was Sami Zayn versus Rusev. Now, this match, if it happened in front of any other audience that wasn't a Canadian audience, it would have been complete garbage. The audience was really lively for Sami Zayn, their own fellow Canadian, and that's why this match was, slightly bit better, because the crowd was really lively. They were popping for everything, they were loud, they were invested, they were active, and that made the match slightly better. But if it happened in front of any other crowd that wasn't Canadian, this match would have been straight garbage, straight cheek, straight butt, man, like I said though, overall, besides all that, this was a standard match. It wasn't anything special. Sure, yes, it had a few cool moments here and there, but that was it. And, the match was nothing memorable, completely forgettable. This match ended up ending in no contest because we got interference from Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. Solo Sikoa and the MFTs ended up showing up, and they attacked and beat down Sami Zayn. And apparently, we just can't get a clean finish, I guess. No match is going to have a clean finish nowadays. It's either no contest or roll-up. And I'm like, dude, why is Solo even out here? He's supposed to be on Friday Night SmackDown. Why was Sammy even on Friday Night SmackDown? He's supposed to be on Raw. What is this? Jesus Christ. WWE doesn't know how to write stories so bad that they're just intertwining them now. Now it just doesn't even matter. You're here, you're there. Oh, you're supposed to be on Friday, you're on Monday now. You're supposed to be on Monday, you're on Friday now. You could show up wherever you want, whenever you want, and do whatever you want. I'm like, come on. This is just getting out of hand. Jesus. This match had no reason to end in no contest. Nobody even cared about this match in the first place, and you wanted to end in no contest on top of that? Stop wasting your time, WWE. After this, we got to our third match for the night, and it was Roxanne Perez versus Io Sky, a one-on-one match, the substitute for the Naomi versus Io Sky match. Like I said, Naomi's not medically cleared. Now, this match was a mess, and we had a few botches too throughout this match. This match was completely forgettable. This was not one of Io Sky's best match, and it was not Io Sky's fault either. This match was just boring overall. The two women, they just did not click, and we didn't really see too many high-flying moves, cool sequences, cool moments. This match, it was a mess. Like I said, we got some botches here and there, but besides all that though, overall this match was just not that entertaining in my opinion. And stupidly enough, I don't know whose idea was this, whose writing is this, but stupidly enough, Asuka and Kairi Sane ended up coming out and they costed Io Sky the match, and Roxanne Perez was able to win via roll-up. And I'm like, what is the point of this whole Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky side quest? This side story that no one cares about? What's even the end goal here? Of all the 3 women involved in this whole, shenanigan, this whole debacle, I don't even know what to call it. Neither one of them is holding championship gold or anything. Io Sky's not a champion. The Kabuki Warriors aren't champions. What's the whole point of causing, a rift between them? What's the point of causing division or separation between them? What's the end goal here? Who's winning what? Nothing. Neither one of these women are holding championship gold. Why does this even matter? What's the point of breaking them up now and causing division? Why? What's the point of this? I'm telling you, the writing just makes no sense whatsoever. Things are just happening just to happen. But whatever, man. Let's just see what this leads to, where this goes, you know? Let's just hope it's something good. But anyhow, after that mess, after that nonsense, we ended up getting to our fourth match of the night, and it was Maxine Dupree versus the man, Becky Lynch. And let's just be honest, man. At least let me be honest. This was an absolute snooze fest. Skippable, garbage, cheeks is what this was. This was a snooze fest, man. I could probably count on one singular hand how many people cared about this match. Like, this match was boring, and I don't think a single person thought Maxine Dupree had a chance of winning this match. Like, what was even the point of this? And I think after this, the end result is supposed to be a Becky Lynch versus Natalia match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Becky Lynch versus Natalia. I'm like, what is this? What is this nonsense? And this match was so bad. This match was so bad. Like, put me in the ring with Becky Lynch. I swear I could wrestle better than Maxine Dupree was doing. And like, you know, no shade to Maxine Dupree or anything, but man, this wasn't good. I don't know. Just something just looked off. You know, I don't know. This match seemed like something you get in like a WWE training video, like a training montage of someone who's like, you know, they weren't good in the first place and now they're just training to get better. And this is their very first experience, you know, and it just shows you how bad they were and where they've come, you know. This was like a before and after, but we're still stuck in the before. Cause I'm like, dude, Maxine Dupree, she's not that good in the ring, man. And I don't know what it is. I mean, she has her moments here and there, but like overall though, I don't know. Her matches, I don't know, man. And I don't want to be mean or anything, but this just was not it whatsoever. And I can't say Becky Lynch did her best either, because Becky Lynch's part was not good either. Like, this match overall, it just shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. This was pointless. This was meaningless. This happened for no reason. This match, it just shouldn't have happened. And it makes both women look bad, you know? It makes both women look, I don't know, just like worse off. Like, both of these women would have been better off without this match happening, honestly. And I'm glad Maxine Dupree's getting TV time, you know. I'm glad she's showing up, but you know, maybe like use her in a better way, in a better match, something like that's more compatible for her, something she's actually ready for, to, you know, make her look better, and put Becky Lynch in an actual good rivalry that boosts her, you know, championship title ring. Like, what was the point of this? Put Becky Lynch in the ring with Tozawa if you have to. I don't care. Come on, they would have been better than this. Come on, Jesus Christ. But anyhow, though, at the very end of the match, Maxine Dupree ended up tapping out to the disarmer, Becky Lynch's submission move. Becky Lynch ended up picking up the win by, you know, tapping out Maxine Dupree, and that was that. After this, we got a very cool Bayley video package, and I really enjoyed this one. So Bayley was basically talking, you know, she's all, you know, disheartened, depressed, you know, hopeless, feeling hopeless. And she basically says, you know, throughout her career, she's made a lot of mistakes and she has a lot of regrets, you know. And she says right now, she's sitting here. She doesn't have any championships. She doesn't have any friends. She's lonely. She doesn't have anything to show for any of her hardships, any of the struggles she went through, you know. She says that, you know, before she claimed the role model title, you know, she was a role model before that. She was inspiration to people before that. And now she's calling herself the role model. This whole, you know, role model story arc has caused her to lose everything, you know. She's lost her friends. She has no title, no championship to show for it. None of that. Now she wants more, but she's feeling hopeless, you know. She's not feeling motivated. She wants a lot more than what she has now, but, you know, she feels nothing, you know, and that's what she's saying. She's saying like the whole role model thing has ruined her. She was a role model before she had the title. You know, when she was a hugger, she was a role model. When she first started, she was already a role model. Now this whole role model title is ruining her, and now she's gone through so much. She has so many regrets. She's made so many mistakes, and now she's sitting here today, you know, friendless, nobody in her corner, and she has nothing to show for it. We're basically getting like a Bayley character shift, I'm assuming, or at least I'm hoping for, you know, something new, something different. I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. Like, Bayley is one of my favorites, you know, so I'm always excited to see something of Bayley, you know, anything involving Bayley. So this should be cool. I hope it leads to something huge, something massive, something impressive, you know. But anyhow, though, that was that. I really enjoyed this video package. After this, you know, after all that, you know, all that boring stuff, besides the Bayley video package, we eventually got to our main event. And as I said, you know, in the beginning of this video, the main event was CM Punk and LA Knight versus the Brown Browns, you know? Like, is LA Knight on Raw now? Like, it seems like LA Knight is part of the Monday Night Raw roster, because he just keeps showing up. This is like the third, fourth, fifth, sixth week in a row he's on Monday Night Raw. So I'm like, what's going on with that? But anyhow, though, Let me just say, this whole show felt so drawn out and so long for no reason. And I was bored out of my mind waiting for this main event. Like this main event, it was announced, and I was kind of excited for it. I'm like, I want to see this. We have CM Punk in the main event. We have LA Knight, and it should be good. It should be, at least entertaining. And I was waiting for that throughout the whole night, and I was bored out of my mind, waiting segment after segment, match after match to get to this. And when we finally got to it, dude, this was disappointing. This was so cheeks. This was so bad. This was so boring. And like I'll explain why I'm being so negative because this really bothered me. But anyhow, though, throughout this match, we got this whole dynamic between LA Knight and CM Punk, and LA Knight and CM Punk were basically just acting like two big adult babies. They were just acting like two big babies, and they couldn't coexist for whatever reason. But overall, though, like I said, this match was cheeks, and this is why this match was cheeks. This is why this match was so boring, and this is why this match absolutely sucked. This match, after waiting all night for it, 2 hours and a half, 2 hours for it, we finally got the match, and it wasn't anything special in the ring. It was not anything special in the ring. It was boring. It had some cool moments here and there, but that was it for the most part. And the most annoying part of it all, this match, after waiting all night for it, it ended up ending in a no contest. I'm like, dude, I'm so sick and tired of these no contest finishes. Like this match, it could have been entertaining, it could have been fun, but you already knew it was going to end in no contest because WWE obviously doesn't want either of these teams to lose. And this match, I'm like, because it was going to end in no contest, it was already not good in the first place. So like even the in ring presentation suffered from it. The men weren't giving it their all. Like they already knew it was going to end in no contest. So WWE didn't even have an effort. They didn't even make an effort to make this match entertaining. It could have been so good, but no. Instead, we just got we just got some boring wrestling, not entertaining stuff, unimportant wrestling. Just boring sequences and stuff, just drawing out the match until we get to the no contest finish. And I'm like, dude, these no contest finishes are bothering me to my soul. Like, I'm so sick and tired of this. I just want the matches to end cleanly. Or if it's going to end in no contest, have it happen like occasionally, every now and then. Not every week, every match. Like 4 out of the 5 matches we get end in no contest. Come on. You have a show, 2 matches end in roll up, 2 matches end in no contest. And by the grace of God, if you get one match that ends in a normal, 1, 2, 3 pinfall, that's all you get. Like, what is this? But anyhow, though, like I said, this match ended up ending in a no contest because Seth Rollins came out and he ended up attacking CM Punk from behind. And then we got a Jey Uso appearance. Jey Uso ended up coming out and running out to the aid of CM Punk and LA Knight. And this just happened in the name of a cheap hop. This just happened for the cheap hop. Don't mistake it. Don't think it happened for any other reason. It was just for the cheap hop, man. Jey Uso had no business being out here. You're telling me Jey Uso couldn't show up to save his cousin Roman last week, but he could show up to save CM Punk? He could show up to save LA Knight. Some people he doesn't have any relations with, any story with, nothing. He's going to show up to save LA Knight and CM Punk, but he can't show up to save his own cousin last week. Come on. Come on, dude. Like, he had no business being out here. It was just for the pop. It was just for the pop. And after all that is said and done, big, bald, shiny-headed Adam Pearce comes out, and he announces that at Clash in Paris, Seth Rollins will defend his championship in a fatal 4-way match against Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk. And after this is announced, for the dumbest reason, Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight realize that they all of a sudden can't stand each other, and they start fighting with each other. I'm like, why is Jey Uso fighting against him if he just came out to save them? Like, what are you talking about? I understand, okay, maybe fine, LA Knight and CM Punk are fighting because, they already couldn't coexist. But you're telling me Jey Uso, who came out to save both of them, he's now all of a sudden fighting against them because the match is announced that they're going to be facing off in a fatal 4. We're like, what? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm telling you, for the dumbest reason. They're like, what? We're going to face off in a few weeks in a fatal 4-way? Well, we might as well just get it cracking now. What's good, Oos? Like, and Nelly Knight is like, you want to do this? Yeah. Jesus, man, this was so stupid, so dumb, so goofy. My God. And while these men are, distracted and just like lost and fighting each other, trying to destroy each other, Seth Rollins ends up, capitalizing on the opportunity while they're all distracted fighting each other. And Seth Rollins in the bronze and Braun with Braun. Seth Rollins and the Bronze come in and they absolutely leave Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk laid out. They clear out the whole ring, curve stomps to everyone, tsunamis, spears, this and that. And, Seth Rollins and the Braun stand tall. And that's how your whole entire show ends. And overall, with everything said and done, this episode of Raw, I'm rating it a solid 4 out of 10. And this time around, dude, I don't even have any closing remarks to make. I don't even have any summary or anything to say, dude. Like I said, dude, I'm just disappointed. And there's not much more to say about this. This show was cheeks, man. Like, from start to finish, straight cheeks. And I don't have anything more to say. But anyhow, though, That's my review and that's my breakdown of this week's episode of Raw. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for hearing me out, and thank you for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to. And like, comment, and subscribe if you choose to. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'm out.